About a year ago, I did a video on my second YouTube channel, One Pot Chef blog, and I was talking about all the different things that happen in my family at Christmas, the various traditions we have and the recipes that we like to do. And one a lot of people were very interested in because they really hadn't heard of it. So I'm going to share today one of my family's favourite Christmas recipes. Let's make Dad's sausage loaf on the One Pot Chef. To make our sausage loaf, first we're going to need some sausage meat. Now, this is just regular sausage meat. I bought this from the meat section at the supermarket. If you can't find it, you can go and ask at your local butcher. If they make sausages, they're going to definitely have this. I'm using 1 kilo of sausage meat today. And to that, we're going to add in some herbs and spices. First things first, I'm adding in a teaspoon of onion powder and a teaspoon of garlic powder. The reason I'm using the powdered versions of these today is simply because I want the flavour, but I don't want little lumps of onion and garlic all through this. I'm also adding in some dried sage, which is just ground up. 2 teaspoons of mixed dried herbs. Now, this is just a normal mixed herb mix, so you've got things like rosemary, basil, parsley, thyme, lovely stuff. And about a tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley, seasoned with a little salt and some pepper. Now here's the messy bit, just using your fingers, we're just going to squelch this all together until it's all nicely combined. Form the meat into a log shape, and then just basically we're going to coat this in some dried breadcrumbs. And these are just normal store-bought breadcrumbs. I'm just going to quickly coat the log in the crumbs, like so. It is important that the log is roughly the same size all over, so it shouldn't be thicker at one end and thinner at the other. Just make sure it's pretty uniform, and that way it'll cook nice and evenly. I've transferred the sausage loaf onto some foil, and I've just greased the foil with a little bit of spray oil. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tightly wrap up the sausage loaf, making sure it's all nicely tucked in. And this is ready to go into the oven, preheated oven 200 degrees Celsius for about 1 hour, or until it's cooked all the way through and we've got a nice golden crust on the outside. Once our sausage loaf is out of the oven, remove the foil and transfer the loaf onto a plate to cool for about 10 minutes. This allows the meat to rest so it finishes cooking on the inside. And then you'll be ready to slice it up and serve. And here we have our completed sausage loaf, just like my dad makes. The beautiful smell of the herbs and spices is just filled the kitchen. It's gorgeous. You can serve this hot or cold. I love it with a bit of cranberry jelly. It's just divine. This, in my book, is what Christmas is all about. I can't wait to have a taste of this. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, it's so beautiful. Mmm. The meat is beautiful and tender and juicy. And you've got that wonderful spice mix in there. You can definitely taste the garlic and the onion, and you've got all the lovely herbs and spices in there as well. It's just got this wonderful sort of savoury flavour all through it. It's perfect as part of a Christmas dinner with your turkey and your ham and whatnot, but what I like is it's great cold the next day for sandwiches. It is absolutely the best sandwich you will ever have is this sausage loaf. It's so, so good. Well, I hope you give it a go. I'm sure it will become a new favourite in your family. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Check out my other videos at OnePotChefShow.com. And until next time, see you later. So you can really adapt this, and you don't have to be too sort of strict with it. Feel free to change up the herbs and spices as you prefer, but this really is very yummy with this combination, so I recommend you give it a try. Thanks, Dad.